Welcome Conley comes to our January all-school meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, please join us in a moment of silence. We will now recite the Conley School Pledge.
Let's greet our neighbors by asking, how are you doing? Please watch as your host demonstrates.
Good morning, Dylan. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Cooper. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
Good. If your birthday is in the month of January, please stand up quietly to announce your happy birthday to our Mr. Bobby.
Okay, ready, friends? 1, 2, 3.
This month, we have been learning about self-management. Self-management is the ability to regulate your emotions, handle stress, control impulses, and persevere in overwhelming obstacles.
Self-management is also setting personal and academic goals and then monitoring progress towards achieving them.
Expressing emotions constructively is part of self-management too.
Let's welcome Miss Sun to the stage to talk about self-management.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I want to say everyone did such an amazing job this past month learning about self-management. And our 3rd through 5th graders did an awesome job coming up with their SMART goals, which is just a way that they can organize their goals so they're easier to achieve. And as you can see, it has an acronym, so specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, and they did an awesome job. And our K to 2nd grade students did a great job coming up with coping skills that they can use to manage some of these tough emotions that we come into in school. So I just want to say thank you so much for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Miss M, for sharing your knowledge with us. would now like to welcome our friends to the stage who will be sharing about self-management.
My name is Tegan, and I'm in kindergarten, and when I'm upset, I read a book. My name is Colton, and I'm in kindergarten. When I'm upset, I can meditate.
Hi, my name is Haley Manoli, and my goal is to get better at math. My score on my math diagnostic was 484, and I want to get to a 500. I will need to practice on I'm ready and pay attention in class. And I ask my teacher for help when I don't understand something.
Hi, my name is Shay Fitzmaurice, and I'm in 2nd grade. When I feel worried, I do calm classroom breathing. I like butterfly breathing. My name is Ryan, and I'm in 2nd grade. When I feel frustrated, I write in my journal.
My name is Zoe. I'm in 5th grade. My SMART goal is to get better at spelling. I can check my progress by writing something every week and writing it again. My partner will be Jaylen, and she will check on me every Friday. I could use a dictionary to help me meet my goal.
My name is Willie, and I'm in 1st grade. And when I'm upset, I can sit down and take breaths. My name is Theo Morrow, and I'm in 2nd grade. When I feel angry, I have a snack to help me calm down.
My name is Gabriel, and I'm in 2nd grade. When I feel sad, I draw a picture of my emotions.
My name is Isabella Fernandez, and I'm in 3rd grade. My goal is to write in cursive by the end of 3rd grade. To achieve this goal, I will practice 30 minutes every day. I will not have reached my goal when I can write a full sentence in cursive, maybe even a whole paragraph. My name is Kelsey Dillon, and I am in Miss Calendar's 4th grade class. We have been working on SMART goals with Miss M. My SMART goal is to get better with my multiplication facts through the 14 tables by practicing 20 minutes twice a week. I will track my progress by timing my multiplication check-ins and correcting them for accuracy. My parents and my teacher are going to help me with this. I will need copies of multiplication check-ins, a timer, and a pencil. My goal for February is to accurately complete 50 multiplication problems through the 12 tables in 5 minutes. My goal for May is to accurately complete 50 multiplication problems through my 13 tables in 4 minutes 30 seconds. My goal for June is to accurately complete 50 multiplication problems through the 14 tables in 4 minutes. Hello, I'm Shannon Smith, and I'm in 4th grade. My goal is important to me. I'd love to accomplish complex math. I can track my progress by improving and noticing differences in my work and how I solve problems. My dad will help me with my goal because he is very competitive like me, and he's very intelligent and inspires me. I need patience, time, focus, and hard work to accomplish my goal. Good morning, my name is Millie Mahoney. I am in 4th grade Mrs. Doherty's class. My SMART goal. I will be first in my gymnastics state competition by summer. I will reach my goal by working hard in practice, listening to my coach's advice, and tracking my progress at other competitions.
My name is Mary Riley. I'm in 5th grade in Mr. Enzo's class. And my goal is that I want to become more confident, and I can track my progress by keeping a journal of any SMART risks that I take.
Veronica and I am in 4th grade. I will get better at scoring goals in soccer by practicing for 25 minutes a day for 4 days a week. I will know when I have reached my goal when I can finally get 20 goals in a row in a soccer game. My name is Ryan Broadford, and I would share my goal. My goal is I want to get better at ice skating from going to practice every time practices and going to the rink once a week to see how fast I can go and one time around the rink and track it on a piece of paper. My name is Emma Cadden from 3rd grade in Mrs. Hart's class. My goal is to read one chapter book each week. I will track the progress I make towards my goal by keeping track of the books I read each week. My goal is attainable because I can take my free time and find a book I like. Achieving this goal is important and meaningful to me because I would like to become a better reader. My goal will be achieved by finding a series of books I like.
And my goal is to get better at typing. I will track my progress I make towards my goal by typing more, writing down how much time I spend typing each day. My goal is attainable because I can already type a little bit. Achieving this goal is important to me and meaningful to me because I want to be quicker at typing. My goal will be achieved by June.
I am in 1st grade and my name is Addison. When I'm upset, I take a walk.
My name's Gianna, and when I'm upset, we learn some coping skills. We can take deep breaths.
My name is Cameron. When I'm in Miss Broder's class, we are learning about feelings and emotions. My name is Zachary Schulper, and I'm in 5th grade in Miss Kay's class. My SMART goal is to be reading a level C by the end of the year. My teacher will help me accomplish my goal. I will need focus and determination, and I will need to read for at least 20 minutes every day. Wow, what a great job. It's easy to see that everyone has learned a lot about self-management. Please turn your attention to the state-of-the-art screen to join us in an activity that will help you manage your frustration.
Life comes with a lot of challenges. And sometimes, when things feel like they aren't going well, those challenges turn into frustrations. Stand tall in mountain pose. Lift your right knee and find your balance. Now step your right leg back behind you into a lunge with your front knee bent and your back heel up off the ground. Lift your arms overhead. Do you feel your legs working? If you want to work a little harder, slide your back foot out further and bend your knee a little more. As you start to move in this pose, notice what happens to your body if you get frustrated. Does it tighten up? Get shaky? Reach your hands towards the ceiling, straighten your front leg and lift up high on your back toes. Pause for a moment and then lower back down. 3 more times. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Bring your weight forward onto your front foot, and as you straighten your front leg, lift your back leg off the ground. You can reach your arms out in front of you, or you can bring them back by your sides. Stay here for a few moments, and notice what happens if you start to feel wobbly. When you get frustrated by a challenge, it can help to take a break and start again. Rather, try it. They aren't going well, those challenges turn into frustrations. Stand tall in mountain pose. Lift your right knee and find your balance. Now step your right leg back behind you into a lunge with your front knee bent and your back heel up off the ground. Lift your arms overhead. Do you feel your legs working? If you want to work a little harder, slide your back foot out further and bend your knee a little more. As you start to move in this pose, notice what happens to your body if you get frustrated. Does it tighten up? Get shaky? Reach your hands towards the ceiling. Straighten your front leg and lift up high on your back toes. Pause for a moment and then lower back down. 3 more times. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Bring your weight forward onto your front foot, and as you straighten your front leg, lift your back leg off the ground. You can reach your arms out in front of you.
More relaxed? I know I do.
We'd like to invite our 5th grade readers to the stage to share with us a book called Keep Calm, My Stress Busting Tips.
Play.
Too many worries. My name's Anna. I'm the goalie for my soccer team. Today is game day. First, I have to finish my math homework and my spelling homework. They're both due tomorrow.
Uh-oh, what if I'm not done in time? Math plus spelling plus soccer equals stress.
Mom says stress is something we feel. She says it comes from being worried. My family members have different worries, but we all feel stress.
Mom worries about keeping my little sister Amy safe. Dad worries about being late for work. Everyone has worries. Take time to figure out yours. That's the first step to dealing with stress.
Having a lot to do makes me worry. Mom says my schedule is busy. On Mondays, I play soccer. On Wednesdays, I take piano lessons. But I also have homework and chores.
Stress adds up. Every activity comes with responsibilities. Try not to sign up for too many activities at a time. Fewer responsibilities equals fewer worries.
Time out for bad stress. Dad says some worrying is okay. It gives us good stress. Good stress is helpful. Worrying about a test makes us study. We try our best, then the stress goes away.
Goodbye, stress.
Dad says if we keep worrying, good stress can turn bad. Bad stress harms our body. Our head and our stomach hurt. We feel tired.
Stress can even make us forgetful. Is my spelling test tomorrow? When we worry, our bodies make a special chemical. The chemical is called adrenaline.
But too much adrenaline, it boosts our energy. But too much adrenaline wears us down. It stops our bodies from relaxing. Bad stress puts me in a bad mood. Last week, I worried about finishing my book report. Amy wanted to play, but I yelled, "Leave me alone!"
I was really sorry. I gave my bad stress a timeout. Being worried can change our mood. It can make us mad, scared, or shy. We also do things we don't usually do. We bite our nails, we cry about going to school. Taking time for fun helps us feel happy again.
Phew, my homework is DONE. Game time. Playing soccer helps my stress go away. So does reading or watching my favorite TV shows. Hanging out with my friends does too.
Want to beat stress? Exercise. Eat fruits, vegetables, and other healthy foods. Do something nice for someone. You can also try positive talk. Instead of saying, "I can't," say, "I can." Cheer yourself on and cheer up.
Mom says keeping our worries inside makes stress grow. Talking about our worries is healthier.
My family and I have dinner talk. We share how our day went. When someone has a problem, we solve it together. Dinner talk ends with a hug, then dessert. Some families have busy schedules. They can't always eat dinner together. If your family's schedule is busy, plan a different time to talk. How about at breakfast or before bed? After you talk, share a hug too.
Do you worry about getting into trouble, fitting in, or trying something new? These worries add up to stress.
Talk about your worries. Make time for fun. Shrink your stress and stay healthy.
Great job reading, and thank you for sharing those great self-management tips with us.
Remember that self-management is a skill that takes practice. Continue working hard to discover what works best for you.
At this time, we would like to welcome any faculty members to the stage that would like to share school
school news, or any announcement.
So you might have noticed walking by the art room that the school store is fully stocked with new stuff and it's ready to open. Now, let me tell you, next Friday it will be open for kindergarten, first graders, and second graders. And then Then the Friday after February 7th, it will be open for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're trying something new with the school store this year, too. And there's some new items. There's like notebooks and with a pen attached and the water bottles. And if you want it, you can get it personalized with your name on it. With a silver Sharpie.
Good morning. Okay. Has anyone noticed in the 4th grade hallway a new bulletin board? Okay. Excuse me, let's be kind. What does it say?
It says, what brings you joy?
Oh, what brings you joy is one of my most favorite things to talk about. Joy. What brings you joy? You don't know? What brings you joy, love? You don't, does anyone have anything? Oh, what brings you joy, sweetie? Oh, spending time with your family. I would love to see that on a yellow sticky. Will you do me a favor when you go back to your classroom? Will you ask your teacher for a yellow sticky and will you put that on a yellow sticky? So what we're going to do is we are going to think about what brings us joy. And when we have something that jumps inside of our heart, and it can be anything, I would like you to ask your teacher for a yellow sticky, and your teacher's going to have a whole stack of yellow stickies, right, Adam? And when you think of what brings you joy, I would like you to write it on a yellow sticky, and I would like you to put it on our bulletin board. How does that sound? And then every time you walk by that bulletin board, you can just glance over at that bulletin board, and you can look at all of those amazing things that bring us all joy. And won't that make us feel really good inside of our heart? It sure will. What do you want to say, love? What? Your joy is playing with your friends. Awesome. Will you write that on a yellow sticky for me? And will you add that to our bulletin board? Okay, so do you think we can all do that? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Hello. I like the microphone too. Mrs. Dumoulin and I explored the microphone during lunch yesterday and we decided it's much more fun than yelling, so we like the microphone. So, I went to Mrs. Downey and I said, Mrs. Downey, I would really like a challenge, and she challenged me to help her create new clubs for our Conley Cubs. Do you guys think that's a good idea? And we asked all of the teachers to help us with it. So a lot of our teachers thought about what they like to do, what brings them joy, and they want to share that joy with all of you. So you remember last year, if you were in kindergarten, you didn't hear me last year, but last year I told some of you a story about how sometimes things are hard to do and we make mistakes and we have to ask for help. Well, I'll tell you, I had to ask for help with this. My good friend Miss Melito has been amazing. So I made some mistakes on some of the notices that were going home, and some of them already snuck out. They made it by me.
So if you got a notice with the mistakes, that's okay. We won't send them home again, you guys already got them. Everyone else will be taking home notices today about the new clubs that we're starting. So some of them are our clubs we already have. If you already do Fit Club or Art Club, so Mrs. Horton's gonna have a new art club for 5th graders in February. Those are still gonna happen. But we're gonna have book club with Mrs. Sullivan, who loves to read. We're going to have, for some of you that did this before, games club again. We're bringing it back. So right now, games club is just gonna be for our friends in kindergarten to grades 2. The third, yeah, right? Kindergarten, you guys get left out sometimes. We thought about you. We are going to have yoga with Mrs. Broder and Miss Rana. We're going to have Happiness Crusaders with Mrs. Doherty, who's going to help us spread joy. And we have a brand new club called AV Club. Does anyone know what AV Club is? Connor, what's AV Club, Connor? He doesn't know what it is, but he's seen it before. So AV means audio visual. It means like the cameras. If you turn around and look at Mrs. Ennis, she's filming everyone. Give it wave. All right, turn back and look at me again. That's enough of Mrs. Ennis. So if you want to learn how to use cameras and edit your footage and send out like really good productions, you might want to join AV Club. And then next year we might have new clubs. So when you get those notices, look at them with your moms and dads and get them back to us next week, all right? Woo!
All right, we have a couple more things we have to do before I let you go back here. So I would like to introduce you to my friend, Miss Lindsay. Can we give her a round of applause? She's from the American Heart Association. I have some volunteers who are going to help me. You know who you are? Mary, yep. Yep. And who else? Jacob. Come on up. Oh no, Jacob, other Jacob, Jacob Orsi. Jacob, do you not want to do it? All right, that's okay. Pass up. I'll come down.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me to your meeting, Conley School. My name is Miss Lindsay. I work for the American Heart Association, and I am lucky enough to work with Mr. Kennedy and Mr. McCleary and Miss Nurse Julie on the Kids Heart Challenge, the Jump Rope for Heart program. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You do? That's awesome. So first and foremost, most importantly of anything at all, I want to say thank you because you guys do so much good things when you play and you're active, you make your heart healthy, and so I very much appreciate that. Now, separately from that, you have gone home with your flyers, and we're saying, can you help us raise money, right? You're asking some grown-ups and family and friends if they can help raise donations. So I have my friends up here today to tell you, what do we do with that money? Why is that helpful, right? So, let me see. You're my doctor. Okay, great. So, let's see here. Your name is James, right? James is a 5th grader? 3rd grader. You just look very smart. So James is a 3rd grader at this wonderful school called Conley in Whitman, Massachusetts. Have you guys ever heard of it? It's a really great school, full of awesome kids and wonderful teachers. So he goes home with the flyer and he talks to his grown-ups and says, hey, we're doing the Kids Heart Challenge, Jump Rope for Heart at school. Can you help me? He's got some really great, supportive, kind, and generous people in his life, and he comes back to school. What do you have in your envelope, James? What is this sticking out? He's got money sticking out of it. So of course he high-fives, thanks everybody who gives him the donation, right? And he brings it into Mr. McCleary. You guys recognize Mr. McCleary, right? Everybody's favorite PE teacher. So James hands the donations to Mr. McCleary. Mr. McCleary is like, high five, good job, gives him the backpack keychain, right? And Perry's backpack keychain message, Her message is to be prepared, whether that means making sure you wear your sneakers when it's PE day, making sure you do your homework, or making sure you get enough rest so that you can be your best self the next day, right? So he gets his backpack keychain. He gets to be very proud that he's done his part to save a heart. Mr. McCleary calls me at one point. He says, "Heart lady, the Conley kids have done it again. They're so kind and generous. Come pick up this money." I'm like, "High five, Mr. McCleary. Thank you. I take these donations. What do I do with this money? Do I go on vacation?" No, but I feel like that would be good for my heart. But instead, what I would do is I call a friend of mine. She's very smart. She's gone to school for a lot of years. I'm going to give you a hint about what her job is. She uses a microscope. Does anybody have a guess what her job is? Yes, in the purple? Yeah. She is a scientist. So smart. But this is her job, right? So she has to get paid to do her work. Say, "Miss Scientist, you are brilliant. I need you to go to work, okay? I need you to invent some new medicine so that if somebody has a heart that doesn't work the way that it's supposed to, we can help them live a better life." Sound good? So she goes to work, She calls me back. She says, "I've got it. What have you got?" Oh my gosh, guys. She's invented a new medicine. She has done some really brilliant work. Now, I have another friend. She has gone to school for a very long time as well. Very smart. She's a doctor in charge of hearts. Repeat after me. Her title is cardiologist. Very good, very good. So, tell me your name again? Dr. Mary. Here is some medicine that my brilliant scientist friend has invented. Do you have a patient who has a heart that needs a little extra love? Oh my goodness, so she gives this to your name? Chris, who actually is really healthy. He just is being an actor for me today. Chris takes this medicine and then he gets to go to school and ride the bus and play sports and go to PE and do things like jump rope for heart, just like all the rest of us. And that, my friends, is what your money does, and that is why I'm here to say thank you, and thank you to my volunteers. You guys are great. So, thank you.
Wow, actors, people after my own heart. I'm going to ask you guys to stay here. Jacob Horsey, I do need you for a quick second, just a quick second. So, we always talk about all the good things that are happening in our school. And a couple things happened this week that made me say, oh my goodness, we have the most amazing kids in our building at Conley School. So I just wanted to invite them up here. First of all, Jacob did something pretty special yesterday. Do you know why I have you up here? Jacob did something pretty special yesterday. We had a little problem at the bus stop, not in the buses, not with the kids, but with a little bit of like stranger danger that we were worried about. And Jacob did something very brave with the help of an adult who was at the school bus stop. And he used his phone. Now, you know how I feel about the telephones, right? I say put them in your backpacks. I don't want to see them. Don't play with them during the day. They should be, I know that you need to use them sometimes because parents have us use them, but mostly they're in our backpacks. We don't touch them. But Jacob used his phone in a very, very smart way yesterday. He took a picture of a license plate with the help of an adult who was at the bus stop, and the police were able to use that license plate to figure out a mystery. And it turned out to be not a great big mystery. Nobody was hurting anybody. It was just somebody who was looking for a ride. But because Jacob did what he did, the police were able to do their job, and we had a mystery solved in about 2 hours yesterday. I know. So Jacob was a good citizen, and we talk about that all the time. We want to help raise good citizens, so Jacob did that yesterday. So I'm going to have you stand right over here. I don't want you to go yet. All right. So then last night, after a very busy morning, working with the police and figuring out what was happening, then at the end of my day yesterday, my third grade friends, all of my third grade friends, have the opportunity to do a weather enrichment project. So it's outside of school. It's not something they do in school. Raise your hand if when 4th and 5th graders, when you were in 3rd grade, did you do the enrichment project for weather? Yeah, I've seen lots of them. Yep. And how about some of my 3rd graders? Raise your hand if you did the enrichment project. Cool. So I will look forward to seeing all of those. But last night, Mrs. Walsh sent me 3 people's weather videos. And I want to say, Ryan Graves, James Kleinman, Hadley Tian, made me laugh so hard before I left because their videos, I wish we had time to show them to you, but what I'm going to ask our 3rd grade teachers is if you would put them in the share drive, and then maybe your classrooms could enjoy seeing some of these videos, because they are, not only are they full of good information, but they are entertaining, and some of them are a little silly, so everybody did a little something different. So Ryan, tell everybody who you interviewed in your video.
My sister and my grandmother.
And Carolyn Gray was a student here. How was Carolyn Gray, my good friend, dressed?
Old lady.
She was dressed like an old lady. It was pretty funny. And then James, you did something a little different. What did you do in your video?
I went to the beach and put a wig on, and I actually went over to the front of the school and put a wig on, and yeah.
So you're different, your characters were named 2 different people. What were their names?
The one at the beach was named Ron McDonald because he had a red wig on, and then the one at the front of the school was named Robert Marley. And he had I don't know exactly who he is.
He's a singer with very long hair. All right, and then Hadley, you also interviewed someone. Who did you interview in your video?
My dad.
Will you tell everybody, so you were doing the hurricane ball, so it was very, very rainy, and you actually had some help from one of your friends who was a rain cloud. Who was that?
Hannah Foley.
Hannah Foley did a phenomenal job as the rain cloud. But also, what was your dad dressed in?
A ring.
What did he do with his umbrella?
He turned it inside out so it looked really windy.
It was awesome. So these folks all did something above and beyond what we would expect from our regular school day. So I was so ridiculously proud of all 4 of you. So I have a little something for you. These are exclusive to the Conley School. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. They're very, very, very valuable. They're called Downey Dollars. Have you heard of these? Jameson, you've seen these, haven't you seen these? No? They're not out in circulation? No? Okay, so Downey Dollars, this is your reward for going above and beyond and impressing me so that I smiled all night last night into today. So how do you use Downey Dollars? Can you go to Supreme and give them a Downey Dollar? No, Supreme is going to say, we don't know who she is, but those are no good here. Downey Dollars can be used in this school to purchase a variety of things. You can go to the school store and spend your Downey Dollars. You can use them in the cafeteria if you would like to buy a snack. Pretty impressive. Thank you, somebody. All right, so here are your Downey Dollars, $5 Downey Dollars. So let's see, they have a serial number on them, so they are traceable. Don't try to put those in a bank anywhere. Congratulations, guys. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for making Conley School look so good.
Thank you for attending our January all-school meeting. We would like to end our meeting with this quote. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain.
Have a wonderful day and great weekend.